Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Redstone Gamer, Son of a Podcast, episode 64. Hey, it's TGS time.
Yeah, it is.
It's TGS time, and I'm with Cheesy.
Hello.
And we're in the same room.
What?
What's going on?
This doesn't happen.
It shouldn't do, should it?
No, we should be talking over Skype. Let's go home.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Ending podcast. Episode 65. Pre-TGS.
No.
No. Hey, Cheesy, welcome.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm alive.
Me too.
You are?
Yeah, I think so.
That's good.
It's nice, right? It's a good feeling. I'm DJmizuhara, your host, and I have Cheesy.
What's
The
up?
marvelous Cheesy. I'm good. I am happy, and I played games.
You did?
I did.
How
and
many?
I didn't have my wife shouting at me either,
Oh, well.
which is usually the case nowadays.
Yeah, well, we all need our game time, right?
We all need some kind of like relaxation, right?
Right. Everyone needs a hobby.
And yeah, well, kind of games expensive though, right?
Yeah.
It's not exactly the cheapest hobby in the world. I just spent $500 on an Xbox One.
Oh, my gosh.
And she
yeah.
still hasn't. She's, to be honest, she hasn't noticed it. It's quite funny because it's massive.
Well, it's black, so it should just fade into the rest of the
Yeah, it
Entertainment
fades
Center,
into the
right?
rest of it, but like Connect is you can't hide Connect on top of your TV.
It kind of stares at you with that evil red eye, right?
No matter how big your TV is, it's impossible to hide Connect.
Right.
But she hasn't noticed it,
What?
so it shows you how much attention she shows
Okay.
to anything electronic. She hates electronics, basically.
Gee.
But yeah, anyway, this is TGS, and we came here to talk games and games we played and things we saw, and yeah, I kind of missed this. This is quite cool.
Yeah, TGS is always a lot of fun to go and check out with all the new games from Japan debuting, in the first time in playable format ever.
Quote, like I'm doing finger quotes here, quote Japan. Most of the games I played were Western.
I know that's another thing. You've got a lot of Western developers and publishers with booths or stands, also showing up with their wares. It's like, is this the Tokyo Game Show or the Tokyo Game Expo? Or
You're at the Tokyo Game Show when like 70% of it is like phone games. Tablet
yeah,
games.
it's like some of the booths are exclusively devoted to that stuff, and it's really kind of depressing. It's like you can basically ignore those entirely.
Pretty much like Glee's back again.
Yeah,
DMM.
Gree is there, DMM is there, Bushi Road, and yeah, it's like just don't even worry about paying them any attention. Or
Yeah, well, we don't. And today is September 19th, so Tokyo Game Show actually started yesterday.
Yeah, it did.
I arrived at about 9:30 this morning, yesterday morning.
Mm-hmm.
What time did you arrive?
Oh, it was around then. I got in line. It wasn't too long, actually.
Okay, so you lined up at TGS. What was the first thing you saw?
The first thing I saw was the line.
Okay. I could say a convenience store if you want to go that way.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I could say, it was the Kaikin Makuhari station, right?
No.
Or the convention center itself.
Don't. What was the first game you saw on the show floor?
The first game on the show floor that I saw was Final Fantasy Type 0 HD.
I think that was the third game I saw.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people like it, and a lot of people are like, yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
But as somebody who never saw it on the Vita, it was on the Vita, right?
PSP.
PSP.
Yeah.
As somebody who didn't see it on the PSP, I wasn't at all impressed.
Yeah, same with me. I had never actually owned a PSP, and I skipped it entirely in favor of the Vita, and I didn't go back and play that specific game on the Vita. So seeing Type 0 ported to the PS4 was entirely fresh in my eyes, and yet
Right.
this is a PSP game that you're playing on the PS4. So,
Right.
I mean, certainly some of the models, I'm sure, have been,
Up-resed.
improved.
Yeah.
But a lot of the textures, particularly in the environments, are very, very low res.
They're very low res and they're shiny.
Yeah, and
Everything's-
moreover, whenever you run with your character, which is basically all the time, you see a lot of graphical artifacting around.
I only saw that with one character.
Really?
I looked at other characters and you didn't see it on other characters.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a placeholder. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they're missing some like motion blur graphical effects wizardry just yet. But
Why would it be on one character and not the others?
I don't know.
Kind of strange. But anyway, I looked at it. That was the first thing I saw. I actually thought it was a digital effect at first. And then one of our friends of the show, Elliot, said, no. It's, it's not meant to be there. You know, the artifact and that stuff.
Right.
And yeah, it wasn't. I checked on the others, and he said the same thing. So it's not on the others. So it only seems to be on one character. But I don't think I was too impressed about it. Because it just looked like a shiny, nice version of I thought was a Vita game, but actually it's even lower down the pecking order. It's a PSP game.
Yeah, so it's like a 2-generation jump there.
Yeah, I mean it's got really nice lighting. I give it that. It's got a nice lighting system, and the animation looks okay. It doesn't look as like robotic as I thought it would be coming from a PSP game, so that's okay. The camera looks a bit loose. It looked a bit loose.
Yeah, I mean it's largely carried over from the PSP, so
Yeah, and it only had one analog stick, so
yeah.
so that might have that might be an issue porting it across.
Right, yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of camera movement going on there.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. So that was the first thing you saw. Okay, the first thing I saw. What did I see? Bloodborne.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because that had a really long line right away.
Yeah, it's about 60 minutes straight off the bat.
You waited an hour for it.
No. I'm a cameraman, so I just stand behind people.
Okay.
I'm like a stalker who's allowed to be there. It's great.
Oh, okay, so what did you see?
Bloodborne.
No. What did you see on the screen?
Well, I saw there was 4 characters to choose from. I think there was a new character, a guy with a real big, heavy, like a mallet.
A mullet?
Mallet.
Oh, a mallet.
Not a mullet. It'd be great if he like head rocked people to death, and he cut people up with his hair. But
Business in front, party in the back, man.
no, not like that. Not like that. But yeah, he had like this big mallet, and there was like he had a sword, and the sword he could put in his the mallet, the actual like the stone part of the mallet was on his back, and his sword he would put into the mallet which was on his back, and then he would take it off his back, and it would become a huge mallet.
So the mallet handle was the blade of the sword.
Yeah,
So he could only hold the mallet by
holding
the hilt.
sword. Yeah, no. He still held the. Yeah, by the hilt. Yeah.
Yeah, so how are you going to get any leverage with that?
Well, he was. I don't know.
If you're only holding a mallet at the very end of the handle, you don't have any leverage with which to swing it, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's got really cool gloves. I don't.
Yeah, it's like otherwise you're going to cut your hand open on the blade trying to swing the mallet,
I
right?
don't think he's really that bothered, to be honest, considering what's trying to kill him.
Okay, it's worth cutting my head. Take that.
Yeah, take that. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. Again, it's like Demon Souls. It's all about like kind of strategy, how you go about trying to defeat the enemies in front of you.
So you actually have
Because
to play
each
tactics.
character plays so differently.
Yeah.
You can combine weapons as well to make a more powerful weapon, which then you can hold. I think it was L1, and you can power it up, but it takes longer in the animation. And once it starts,
Yeah.
you can get out of it, but it still takes a little while to get out of it. So
Yeah.
if you start it and then someone starts attacking you, you're kind of screwed. It's all about like watching patterns before you go in, and like going in and getting a few hits in and then rolling back out and
Right.
like trying to run around them in circles and stuff. But it's one of those games where you need quite a lot of strategy, and 15 minutes doesn't really give you enough time to to get that down. So you've got to either constantly watch people, or get loads of time on it.
Well, it's still a pretty generous demo.
It's like you get 15 minutes, but it's 4 characters, and in that 15 minutes, I went through all 4 characters because I died pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But from what I played, I really enjoyed it. The environments are gorgeous. Like it's like a London, like a Victorian London, really dirty and like cobbled streets, and it's all wet with rain or whatever. And the cobbles, there's holes and big potholes like filled with water and stuff.
Right.
And there's fire and there's gates and stuff, and there's carriages and there's coffins on the side.
The whole 9 yards.
It's really nice. It's really, really nice. The lighting effect's great. You see some of the enemies walking down with like torches, fire torches, walking down the street, and the lighting effect that you get from the guys walking down the street with these torches is superb. Then you've got characters with like flailing capes and stuff, and the way they move. I mean, it's not just like a cape; it's like several layers of this cape. So when he runs, it's like a bird with big feathers, and it's gorgeous. It's really nice. So I was really impressed with that, and that's it's definitely a game I'm looking forward to play because it looks a little bit more forgiving than Demon Souls and the likes of those games. You really needed patience. I don't think there was a pause in those games either.
Yeah,
you can get away with it in this one because you could basically stand on a ladder, because it's not just like a single level. Like there's like multiple layers to the level. So I guess if you wanted to like put the controller down to go attend to something, you could leave them on a ladder. No one's going to get you on a ladder. Well, I don't think so anyway. You never know, right?
Yeah.
You never know. No, I was impressed with that. So yeah, not Demon Souls. Whoa, Bloodborne. Sorry, Bloodborne on PS4. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. At about the same time, I was also looking at a Victorian England-based game.
Oh.
On the same system, no less.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are you playing?
It was called The Order 1886.
Ah, okay. Yes, I was playing that also.
Yeah.
What a spectacular-looking game that is.
Yeah, it really manages to recreate what Victorian England would have looked like.
An alternative.
Yeah, I mean,
London.
Obviously it's alternative reality, and you're a member of this order that is vowed to rid the world of these, mutant hell beasts or whatever. They're like people that have turned into werewolves or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just really vicious, bloody creatures that you have to go up against. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to encounter one of those creatures over the course of the demo. I was only fighting against, them in their human form, who are all like throwing Molotov cocktails or rocks or something at you, or just shooting. And basically they're on, verandas and ledges, in the surrounding street that you're on, and you are able to, go from cover to cover and hide behind your cover.
It's kind of like Gears of War, right?
Maybe. I haven't played Gears of War myself, but
you haven't?
It's very much a third-person shooter.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of Gears of War, but it's very story-orientated, though.
Yeah, it's definitely narrative-driven.
Yeah, definitely.
In that, basically, even as you move from scene to scene, I mean, it's interspersed with cutscenes, and they appear to spend a lot of effort in developing the characters and their relationships. So,
right.
They also, work a whole lot on the lore of the game, as in, building up the story around, what these people are doing. It's like the background.
Why they're there.
Who
they are.
What weapons they use, what support items they use.
That thermite gun is quite sexy, I would say.
Yeah, so you have a thermite gun, and what you do there is first you throw a flare at your target.
Well, you shoot the thermite first, right? And then you throw the flare, and then the flare lights the thermite up. That's what you meant to do.
Oh, really? Well, I was
Yeah.
throwing the flare first, and then I was spraying the flare with the thermite gun,
Right.
and it was, blowing up and
Yeah.
hitting the enemies and
Yeah.
setting them on fire.
There's two sides. I guess you could do it both ways, but
Uh-huh.
what I normally did was I sprayed everything with thermite.
Really?
So they had the dust was in the air,
Uh-huh.
and then I fired the flare into that, and then everything caught fire,
Okay.
and that took everyone down like really quickly.
Well, I guess that's the signature weapon of the game.
I think that's one of them because that
Yeah.
seems to be like Percival's gun. Is it Percival?
I don't know the characters' names, but
Yeah, I think
they actually had a full-sized replica of that
Yes,
gun right
they
there in
did.
the booth.
They had two of those guns, right?
They had two. I think they were different weapons.
It was like a Tesla gun, right? The other one,
Yeah, maybe.
the electric lightning bolt thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, I was really impressed with that. The transition between like cutscene and into game was kind of absolutely seamless.
hmm
It didn't stop, just kept going.
Yeah.
The lighting, I think, is the thing that hits you the most.
hmm
And obviously the character models, but yeah, the lighting seems good, and Gears of War is no slouch. It's a great game. It's just kind of there's no substance to it, but like story wise, if you're into these stories,
Yeah.
I'm not really driven by story. I'm just
I
more,
can get into a good story.
yeah. I like a good game, and Gears of War was a good game. But I mean, saying that, yeah, it looks spectacular. Can't wait to play it. I'd like to see more of it because I think we've been seeing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I think this was the same build as Gamescom. It
I
looks
would
like
not
it.
be surprised.
Yeah, I know making demos for every
That's a lot overhead.
It's a hell of a lot of work.
Yeah.
You got to take a lot of people off
Right.
the project to make a demo. It doesn't a demo. You don't like just cut and paste it.
Right. Yeah. You can't just show what's in progress because
Yeah,
that's
you can't
pretty
do that.
ugly.
No,
Yeah.
you need a whole like I don't know, like a good like 5 to 10 people to do a demo,
Oh, gee.
right?
Yeah. We should be thankful for
Yeah.
these nice demos.
Anyway, that was the Order 1886.
Yes.
Which is a PS4 game. So did we focus on PS4's first thing then?
I think so. Yeah. We both ran to Sony's booth, I guess.
Yeah, we did. We did indeed. So, okay, so after the Order, what did you play?
Well, I played a total of 19 games over the course of 2 days.
Oh, damn.
I don't
okay.
remember the exact order I played them in.
Really? I expect more than that from you.
No, I mean, I probably could have put these in order that I played them based on my notes, but I put them in alphabetical order when I was transcribing them.
So, take your mind back to when you finished 1886. Where did you go?
Oh, gee. I don't know.
Trip down memory lane. I played Drive Club.
Yeah.
Over 2 days, I've played this for a total of about 2.5 hours now.
What? That's like a very large chunk of your time on the show floor.
Yeah. It's amazing. I love it. I'm a racing guy. I love racing games, and this game, not only does it look spectacular, it plays really well.
Yeah.
Every nuance, you feel everything in the road. The different surfaces of the road
Right.
all react differently to your car. If you're braking, on the braking, accelerating, or it's all, you can feel everything. It's really good. I didn't think you'd feel it because I was thinking that's going to be an arcade race. It's like a I don't know, like maybe a slightly higher version of like Ridge Racer, but it's not so much more.
Yeah. It's more of a sim then.
It's like a cross between arcade sim, and it would be more closer to sim, I would say.
Yeah, I would certainly
Because
say so.
I mean, like normally on a straightaway, and say if it's got little dips and like little jumps in it. Normally on an arcade, you can just hold it, right?
Right.
Hold the accelerator,
just
and you just
Hold
bomb,
the gas in the straightaway.
and you just go straight. But
Right.
if you do this, and you hold the accelerator, and you're going down these little dips, but on a straightaway, you actually the bounce, because of the bounce on on the suspension, it will actually bounce you off the track. So like
You'll
you've
lift
got to
off
you got to let off the accelerator just a little bit,
So you don't lose
then
contact.
and then straight back on again to stop yourself from like spinning out.
Yeah.
But it will totally spin you out if you just like you hold the accelerator all the way through.
Right.
It feels good under braking. It looks spectacular. The like the way the light diffracts when you're in car view from the windshield, and you've got like the dirt on the windshield and the light that refracts through it. It's just nuts. Then you got the reflection from your dashboard, and like in certain lights you can't quite see because of where the sun is and stuff. It's nuts. I cannot wait to play the full game. There was 3 tracks. The one you started off, I think it's just the daytime. The one you started off in the night, and it contrasts from like night to like early morning. And then the 3rd track was like in the Alps with lots of still water and ice on the track. And if you got too close to the sides where the laying ice was, you start to spin out. So,
Did you happen to play Forza Horizon 2?
yes.
Yeah? What did you think of that one?
Sense of speed of Forza Horizon is extremely good. The car models are spectacular. They're really good. The soundtrack was great. It was a lot of fun to play. I just think Drive Club's got more depth to it.
Really?
Just the way it controls.
Okay.
The sense of speed in both of them seemed pretty good. You couldn't really tell with Drive Club because it all seems to be in. There was like no like going through like a small village or a city or anything like that. It was like always like just like scenery.
Okay.
Like a few trees here and like fields and stuff like that. So that sense of speed is slightly different. Whereas in Forza you were flying through fields and
Right, you
trees.
went off-road
You
quite
went
a
off
bit.
road, so the sense of speed is going to feel different because you're actually going through something.
I wasn't expecting to go off-road in that game
Yeah,
at all.
no, me neither. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? But
It's like suddenly grass and hay. It's like, whoa,
yeah.
I should not be here.
No, but I do think Drive Club's a better game
Okay.
from what I've played.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a day one for me.
Nice.
I can't wait. That's like next month as well, October 10th, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. Next.
Yeah. I played a bunch of brawlers with cute anime characters in them.
Did they have big boobies?
No, they did not.
Oh, okay. I'll let you off then.
So there was a whole series of these. There was Croiler Sigma on the PS4. There was Fighting Climax from Sega. There was also Happy Wars and Kinky no Magna.
What?
Kinky no Magna.
Kinky.
Yeah, that's I believe that's a Capcom game. Yeah, that's a Capcom game. On the 3DS. It's basically a turn-based tactical RPG where you and a small party of allies go up against a squadron of enemies, and you move each character, and they can each take a swing per turn, and you can see the range over which you can move, as well as the range of your weapon that you can swing at your enemies in that given turn. So first you move them within the range, and you orient yourself to face the enemies, and you can see your weapon's hitbox overlap on the enemies, and then you take your swing. And then
What machine was this on?
That was on the 3DS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see the new 3DS by any chance?
No, I heard it was at the Monster Hunter 4.
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere near the Monster Hunter
That
4.
line was insane.
Yeah, it's like 4 hours or something.
Moreover, I'm not really a fan of Monster Hunter to begin with, so it wasn't really worth my time. So I can't really say anything about new 3DS.
Right. Did you see Guilty Gear by any chance?
No, was that at the show?
Yeah.
How was that?
It's on Unreal.
Is it?
I had no idea it was on Unreal.
Yeah.
It's impossible. I just thought it was 2D cell animation. It's not. it's on the Unreal Engine,
Okay.
which is totally nuts.
Okay.
It's something that you wouldn't expect. But anyway, it's a 2D fighting game, and I'm not really a fan of Guilty Gear, but from the people I know who are, they love it.
Yeah.
It's basically it's an arcade perfect port,
Yeah.
because this game's from the arcades.
Right.
And everyone I've spoke to said it was like an arcade perfect port. It looks gorgeous. The animations, it's so fluent. It's so vibrant as well. The colors just pop out. The choice of characters was pretty. It was, I don't know. It was like, it must have been like 20 characters or so.
Yeah.
And they all looked different, and they all looked to have a different set of moves. Whereas, like, say, like, for example, Street Fighter, you've got like Ryu and Ken and a bunch of others who have really similar playing styles.
Yeah.
But the girl, the booth girl, showed me the card of the characters, because I said to her, I ain't got a clue how to play this. I've never played a Guilty Gear in my life. And so she gave me the card with the characters, like, move sets on it. And every character was different with their moveset, and I was like, what? I was looking for one that played like a Ryu or like a Ken, because that's about the only character I can play in Street Fighter.
Right.
So I was desperately like flipping through the book, trying to find one person who played like them, and I did in the end. But he didn't throw fireballs; he teleported all over the place. So that was kind of disorientating for me, because I was looking at where he was, and the next minute he'd like teleport from one side of the screen to the other. Like, oh crap!
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get old. I'm not gonna have enough time to play this to actually get the feeling of it and get good at it. But from what I looked at, I mean, I saw people playing it like when I was waiting in line. I saw people playing it, and
people who knew how to play it.
And it's spectacular. It's just so much color on screen and big crazy moves and stuff. So I was really impressed with that.
Yeah.
And right next to it was like Dead or Alive on the PS4. These are both on the PS4.
Well, yeah, Dead or Alive, it's in its third incarnation now, after DOA 5 and DOA 5 Ultimate. Now they're on DOA 5 Last Round.
Yeah, Last Round. It does look beautiful, though.
Yeah, I stepped into line, and then I looked at for like a minute, and I'm like, yeah, this is more of the same, though.
Yeah, it's more of the same. But didn't you buy Ultimate?
No, I bought the original.
Oh, the original one.
And then I'm not going to re-buy it again right away. So
I don't know what this has as any differently, but it's 60 frames a second. It's butter smooth.
Yeah, what more can you ask for, right?
You can't really ask for much more. Maybe a good fighting game. I don't know.
Yeah, I tried a 2D cell-based fighting game, Sega's Fighting Climax, and that has a really interesting concept in that all of the characters that you can select are moe, manga, and anime girls. All these characters from
right up your street.
all these characters from these various franchises. I'm not that much into it, but if you're a fan of that sort of IP, then you'll get all of the in-jokes in the move sets that these characters have. They seem to recreate some of their more famous overreaction scenes in their moves. It's like throwing random objects at their enemies and calling out support characters that you can select for them.
Yeah, in Guilty Gear there's taunt moves, and the taunt moves are hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like there's a guy, I think his name was like, what was his name? Like Axe or something like that. He's meant to be, looks like a British guy. He had like a big Union Jack. We had these huge nunchucks, and he would start skipping and stuff, like to taunt your character and stuff.
Right, yeah, just these really bizarre actions.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it's fun but that doing those taunts would build up a meter, and when it got full, obviously you could do some kind of like special or something like that. But it was like it was in 4 segments. So I guess if you built it all the way up, you would get like a super move. But every time you could use one segment as a super, Yeah. So it was pretty funny. So like I was watching people like beat the crap out of him, and like as soon as he hit the floor, he would then start skipping like while he's on the floor, and it was just funny to see like a taunt, and then as soon as the guy gets up, he gets back out of the taunt, and then he's fighting again. And
sounds like Smash Brothers.
It's not unlike Smash Brothers. It's just fun.
Yeah,
it's just fun. Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to play it, but I just don't have that kind of skill. I haven't got that skill set to do that.
Oh, gee, yeah. If you want to get good at fighting games, you got to spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I just play fighting games casually, just for my own entertainment,
Yeah, of course.
It's like I'll play through a fighting game, maybe once with each character, and then maybe a few more times with the characters I like.
Yeah.
And then if I have someone to play with, I'll play a bit more, and that might be about it.
Oh, okay.
If there's a story mode, I'll clear that with each character. So.
Okay. Xbox One.
Yep.
You have one, right?
Yeah.
I do as well.
Yep. I've got Killer Instinct on it.
That's a fighting game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. I played a game that's like Mega Man.
Oh, so did I. Yeah. Mighty Number 9.
That's a good game.
Yeah, I was super impressed with that.
I think that's one of my games of the show.
I think so. I think that might be a contender for my game of the show.
It's not my game of the show. I know it's not my game of the show, but it's certainly up there of one of the most fun, polished games I've seen. Maybe that level, maybe they've just been polishing it for like ever.
It's freaking awesome though.
But it's awesome. It's really nice. It looks great. It sounds good.
Yeah, it starts off as, straight up orthodox Mega Man.
Yeah, totally. Starters. But then the level layouts like the same. You got these crates with conveyor belts on and stuff, and like spikes and stuff, and it's very, very Mega Man-y. Then you got your double dash to get across, and then you got your grab on and stuff.
It takes all of the advanced level elements from all the old Mega Man stages.
Guess what? Guess who popped up while I was playing it though?
Whom?
Who do you think?
Inafune?
Every time I play his games, he pops up behind me. I played Soul Sacrifice last time, and he was standing there behind me, nodding at me. And today, I'm playing Mega Man, and I turn around, and he's going,
Mighty Number 9.
Yeah. Did I say Mega Man?
You did.
I did. Well, okay, because it's so blatantly Mega Man.
Close.
It's just, he might as well just shout. He might as well, like, when he gets to the end of the game, he should just shout, I want to be Mega Man!
Yeah.
Because it is.
Well, the thing that differentiates Mighty Number 9 from Mega Man, though, is the way in which you actually dispatch the enemies. You start off by, just shooting them as per normally. Then that stuns the enemies, and you dash into them.
Yeah.
To dispatch them, but each of the enemies might be stunned in a different color, red, green, or blue. When you dash into the red enemies, that powers up your shot. When you dash into the green enemies, that ups your speed. Mm-hmm. And when you dash into the blue enemies, that ups your health. Either your health level or your recovery ability.
Recovery time, was it?
I'm not quite clear on that point yet, but it does help your health stat in some way. In any case, that's a really interesting take on, just the standard Mega Man collecting of items that were simply dropped before, and you would just go pick them up.
You got the double dash as well, right?
I don't know if you double dash.
It was a double dash because there's parts where the crates are really far apart. And if you just dashed once, you would fall short.
Yeah.
But you can do it twice to do the whole thing. And even then, you think, I'm not going to reach that. And he catches on to the ledge and pulls himself up.
Yeah, there's certainly some Mega Man X style ledge grabbing going on there.
Yeah, but I was impressed with that.
Yeah.
It's a very pretty game. It's a Kickstarter, but I will not back Kickstarter.
Me neither.
I will buy it when it comes out.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
I'll buy the product. I'm not going to help mitigate your risk.
No. If you're going to do that, I want some kind of like...
I want stock.
Yeah, stock or something, right?
Yeah, give me stock and I'll become a stockholder. But
yeah. So yeah, I was impressed with that. Then anything in Xbox, on Xbox One that you played?
Yes. In what might very well be my game of the show.
Oh, really?
I played Ori and the Blind Forest.
Never heard of it.
Okay. It is a...
Is this an ID title?
I don't know about that, but it is a story-driven platformer done in a watercolor graphical style. And it really plays on your emotions.
Why?
How? The game starts out by showing the great tree in the forest losing a certain leaf that is illuminated, and the leaf falls through the wind and onto the ground and becomes Ori, this forest sprite that was not supposed to fall from the tree, and Ori finds his or herself alone in the forest until it encounters what looks like a bear wearing a mask that can emote.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not entirely sure of the character name, but they bond, and Ori finds an adoptive parent in that creature, and they go through the forest, shaking what looked like tangerines out of trees, sharing them and building bridges together, and basically living happily until what seems to be a drought occurs, and all of the trees start wilting away, and they can't get their fruit from the trees anymore. And then should I go into spoilers? I'll avoid spoilers.
Spoilers!
But basically, it sets up the dramatic tone for the rest of the game. It was just the prologue. But it certainly, has that hook there that wants to pull you into the rest of the game. And I'm certainly interested and eager to play the rest of the game, and I'll be getting that on day one.
Nice. Xbox One. There's a lot of good titles on there I played on Xbox One. One of those was Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, I played that too.
I don't know where to start with this game. It's so much going on.
I was like, I don't know what's happening. Help me!
Help me! What's going on? First of all, it was 4-on-4, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and it was tower defense basically.
Yeah,
but you weren't competing directly against your opposing team. It was you and your teammates trying to defend your two towers against the incoming CPU hordes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I think the opposing team was in a parallel world or something, also doing the same and trying to see who could defend their towers better.
Right.
Their overdrive towers, I think they're...
Yeah, because, at the end of it, it gave everyone a ranking and said, like, you were first or eighth or something
right,
like that.
I ranked fifth.
So. I came in second.
Yeah.
And someone obviously came in, but I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's Insomniac, so the weapons are already crazy anyway. Lots of crazy weapons. My favorite is probably the record.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. It's like taking a page straight out of Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead, that's what I thought. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, Shaun of the Dead, dude, look at that. But...
It's like, Bee Gees, no. Simon and Garfunkel, okay, chuck it.
Yeah, chuck it, yeah. Nah, I really enjoyed it. It looks great, I think. I think it looks great. It's really colourful, which is nice. It's kind of... You grind everything. You don't know whether you should be running or grinding, and you don't know when you're grinding, you're meant to be shooting, but you don't know where to target because you're grinding.
It's like
because you're just constantly moving everywhere,
right?
And there's enemies all around you, and you don't know really where to look. Or
right, it's way too chaotic to even attempt grinding. It's like I tried grinding on the rails. It's like I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. It's like where should I be shooting at? Let me stop. I'll get down.
The thing is, it's not just grinding on rails. There's wires all around, like telephone wires and stuff.
Like,
and you've got like umbrellas. Like he's got like an umbrella or whatever, and I think it's a tire iron, and he's using it to basically hang from like telephone lines, and he can go. but then you can like traverse from telephone wires onto I guess like railings or something.
Yeah, it basically keeps you grinding.
Just
while
keeps
you're
grinding,
but you don't know
can
where
keep
you're
going from top to bottom. From above and below.
So it's like it's really hard to navigate while you're doing that, and you don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're shooting at. It's just way too much to take in.
But it's great. It's fun.
I mean, it's
But you've got a lot of you've got a whole bunch of weapons to choose
right. And at first, I didn't know. What the enemies looked like, what I was supposed to be shooting at.
Well, they had a big radar with like loads of red dots on it, and
right.
then all of these orange.
I figured out,
all of these orange people's guy. The thing is, though, when you shoot them, like when they blow up, you see like boom, like in a cloud, or it says like pow or some. It's like
then
really
you've got
comic
all this
book.
orange goop splattering out, like Splatoon.
Yeah, it's fun. I really liked it.
It's like I don't quite know what to make of it yet. But
I think it's a game that you need to spend more time with it.
Right.
You need to understand how to grind and how to use it to your advantage, because it looks to me like a game where you cannot stop moving. Once you stop moving, you're kind of done.
Yeah, because all I could do was get down off the rails, stand in a single location, look around for my target, and then shoot it.
Yeah, no, I was getting to the point where I ran around on foot and I figured out where all the grind points were, and then I started grinding, and then I basically went in circles and then reversed the circle.
That's probably what you're supposed to do.
Probably, but that's how I did it. But I had fun. It played well. It sounds good as well. It's got a lot of good. The sound effects are great. Well, as you would expect at this day and age, anyway. But
so I could appreciate, the graphical style. It was very colorful and very bombastic. So it had a lot of eye candy for you.
I've always liked Insomniac. I think they're a good developer. They fell flat on a few of their titles, but they've always had good ideas. But yeah, so I'm happy to see that they've. They seem to be producing a good game on the Xbox One, and I hope to play it more soon. So there was that. I watched some people play Master Chief or the Halo
collection.
Yeah, the Halo collection. It looks really pretty, but it's Halo, right?
Yeah,
it's exactly. It's the same maps, right? Just pretty.
Yeah, I think so.
They haven't changed anything.
I don't know.
I mean, they haven't changed the actual map design. They've just made it look prettier, right?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't play Halo.
You don't play Halo? No, but it does look good, though. It looks it was impressive to watch. It had a lot of people there. Although, I mean, there was a lot of pictures on NeoGAF of people posting pictures of the Xbox lounge with it was empty. But that was far from it.
Yeah, I mean, those pictures are really kind of
They must have been taken either the first thing in the morning when there's no one there.
Right. It's fun to poke fun, but it's like.
But there was a picture there of Call of Duty, and it was empty. But if you wanted to play Call of Duty, you had to wait like 60 minutes.
Yeah, really though. I mean, the Xbox.
And that was all day.
In all honesty, there were many fewer units at the Xbox booth than there were at the Sony booth, and the lines were significantly shorter.
Yeah, but
in all fairness,
in all fairness, that's true. But
it wasn't as deserted.
It wasn't deserted by all means. No, I mean, most games you'd have to at least wait. I mean, there was some games on the Sony booth where there was no line whatsoever.
Right, I played a few of those.
And you'd play one game and you'd finish it. And the booth girl next to you who hadn't had anybody there for 15 minutes would say, "You want to play this one? Because no one's been playing it." Yeah. And you're like, "Okay." So I can play something. Because that's what I did. I did Guilty Gear. Then I did Dead or Alive. I went from one game to the next game with no waiting because the booth babe said no one's played it.
Right.
So please play my game.
Right.
Whereas when I was on the Xbox stand, there was always a line. I'd always have to wait 15 minutes.
Well, that's not entirely true either. There were open stations in the Xbox booth.
Everything that I played, I had to wait for.
Yeah, one game I played in the Xbox booth that had no wait was called Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time.
That was the only one I saw with no one playing it. The only people I saw playing it was staff.
It was right next to Mighty Number 9.
It was right next to Mighty Number 9, yeah, that's right. But even though it was right next to it and there was the empty demo unit, nobody played it.
I played it.
But you played it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it? It looks nice.
It's so bizarre.
Okay.
It's like you're in this... Okay, it's a 2D world. It's a space shooter, right? And you're in this spherical spaceship, and it's a human and a dog piloting it.
A what?
A human and a dog.
Okay, dog. I thought you said a dom for some reason. I was like, what's a dom?
So they're piloting the spaceship, and you can move them inside the spaceship from station to station. There are 4 gun positions, and there's one engine position to determine the direction that your engine is going to thrust to propel your spaceship. And then there's a position to move your shield around about your ship, and it covers a quarter of your surface area at a time.
Right.
So you're trying to navigate, throughout these obstacles in space, asteroids and planetoids, and you're trying to rescue space rabbits.
Huh. You're a dog. Are you like Elmer Fudd in space?
No, you're trying to rescue the space.
Oh yeah, he
rabbits.
kills them, right?
Yeah, it's wabbit season.
It's wabbit season, yeah.
Yeah, or it's duck season. I'm not quite sure on that. But.
Whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, so you rescue the space rabbits by freeing them from their cages, which are attached to these planetoids, and you have to... Some of these are very large planetoids where you actually go in through caves. You shoot switches to open gates to get into the caverns, and you've always got missiles coming at you, or just aliens shooting at you, and you're trying to shoot them down. You have to move one of your characters to the gunner position in the 90-degree area from which the enemies are coming, and all of the firing is done automatically. You've got your hands full already, just navigating.
Navigating, right?
Right. So I was always tempted to try and use the right stick to aim and shoot, but that's totally handled for you. You just move your characters about the ship from station to station,
right,
to get them to do what you want to do, and it's really hard to get a handle on that. But the game concept and world are just completely insane.
It's good. I like to see games like that. Games that are different.
Yeah, it's certainly different.
Right. No, I mean, those type of games are the games I'd like to sit down with my daughter and play, because you have to think.
You have to pay attention to it.
You have to pay attention to it. It's not just
It's not another arena brawler where you just run up to the enemy horde and press A over and over again.
Good. I like to see that. I mean, there's a variety of games coming to the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Just as there is with PlayStation 4. There's a variety of titles, and it's good to see that they are common.
Yeah.
Another game I saw on Xbox One was Evolve. This one is where you're like a draken.
A what?
It's a kraken.
Yeah.
A draken was something else. Sorry.
The sea monster.
You're like the kraken.
Yeah.
You're the boss, basically.
Okay.
You can be. One person is the boss, and 4 other people are trying to kill it.
That's a fun game to load.
And the boss is trying to kill the 4 people.
Right.
And I played as... I didn't play as the boss. I played as one of the 4. And it was a lot of fun. I was just a regular guy with what looked like to be a sniper rifle. And we would try and basically communicate with each other, because we had headsets on and we could all communicate with each other. They had a server running where we connected to it and everyone could talk, but no one fucking said a word, so you couldn't coordinate jack shit.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, well done. So, like, obviously you meant to coordinate something, like get the dude in the open and like get one of your guys to like take to hide somewhere on the top of a mountain or something, so like sniper the boss. But no one did anything. So basically, everyone just like ran away and did their own shit, and then when the Draken like got hold of one of us.
Kraken.
That's the Kraken. So I keep saying Draken. The Kraken, when the Kraken got hold of one of us, you had no damn backup because everyone had just run away to do their own thing. It's like, dudes, this is a team game.
Yeah.
You're meant to play together.
Yeah.
This is not do what you want to do. This is stick together, formulate a plan, and then execute it.
Right.
But everyone just executed whatever they wanted to do and just ran away.
Well,
So
these are strangers playing it.
and I would
game
say,
for the
I was
first
sitting there
time.
going, I bet he'll fight. I bet he'll get me, because I was like following him and like trying to get him to follow me, because I kept asking people on the mic, I was like, follow me, whatever, but no one
Yeah.
listened to me. But I enjoyed what I played. It seemed, the shooting seemed fun, seemed tight. The movement was good. The camera was good. It looks pretty nice. I'm not too sure if this is an exclusive, because I didn't see it on the PlayStation stand. I don't know if it's an exclusive one. I don't know. No idea. But it was fun, and I like the idea of being able to be the bad guy as well, and basically go hunting and go kill the supposed good guys.
Okay.
You know, but
Well, I played a multiplayer co-op game on the PS4.
what's this?
Little Big Planet 3.
Oh, really? I kept seeing like it empty.
No, I mean, there was only one station for
There was
it.
one station for it, but every time I walked past it, there was no one on it.
Really? Well, I had to wait like 20 minutes to play it today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
there
I'll
were
let you
a
off
couple
then.
other parties in front of me, so...
Who were playing it? Was it girlies?
No, people of all kinds were
Okay,
playing it.
just wondering.
So, yeah, I played as the bird character.
What's his name? Like Floppy or something?
They've got different names in each language. I mean, Sackboy is known as Ribbits in Japanese.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Never played it in
So,
Japanese.
anyway, the demo level that they had set up, very explicitly forced each character to perform their duties in order for the entire party to progress.
Yeah. This game reminds me of Lost Vikings,
Right.
because like each one has a specific ability with. If you don't use them, you can't get through.
Right.
But for that particular level, anyway.
Right.
That's what
I'm
I've seen.
sure there are levels that are specific. They're going to be specific to each character, so you can play single player.
Yeah.
At least, but I'm sure there will also be, numerous levels made for, specific co-op play with each character type, because they've got 4 different character types now, which are new to this particular.
Does this look like a PS4 game?
I think it could probably still have been done on the PS3.
What are the textures like really?
Yeah, it's like
They're muddy. They're not like super clear.
when you look at the player characters,
Oh,
they look more like they're closer to maybe cel-shaded characters with outlines.
right.
It's like they're much more. They almost look pre-rendered, but they're clearly not.
Yeah.
So they have that kind of cartoonish veneer to them.
Uh-huh.
So I think that sort of extra graphical processing might be specific.
Do you like? Are you a fan of Little Big Planet?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good point.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of? Is it 3?
Yeah. Look at Big Planet 3 now.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think of the new additions of new characters?
I think that's going to open up a lot more gameplay possibilities than you had with just Sackboy.
Yeah.
So I'm.
But
looking forward to
the
that
abilities
expansion.
that they brought to the table, are they fun?
It really depends on what you do with it.
Right.
Right. So it's like one of the characters you're able to be big or small. And,
Can you do that on the fly?
Yeah.
Right.
And you can use your weight to, push open big things or way down switches,
stuff, right? Yeah,
or
yeah.
when you're small, you can, get into tiny spaces and jump higher, things like that, or be picked up by the bird
Okay.
and airlifted to a certain place.
Now, when we saw this demoed, it looked like they were having all kinds of trouble, and I believe it was because there was like they were having like Bluetooth issues because there were so many electronics there. Like stuff didn't work.
No, I didn't have any problem playing.
So there was no issue
I think
with
they
controls.
might have had wired controllers when I played it.
Right. No, I mean, even today and yesterday, I noticed that all my electronics, whether it was Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, I kept getting cut off because there was so many electronics
Right,
around.
yeah.
So there was all kinds of stuff being interfered. So I kind of understand if that demo was hindered by.
I didn't have any problems. I had a lot of fun with it.
I mean, I'm talking about the E3 demo, the stage demo that they did, and it looked like they were having all kinds of problems.
Yeah, it happens.
So, but you didn't have any of that?
No.
Okay. But it was fun.
Yeah. So I'm looking.
How long was the demo?
It was a good, maybe 10 minutes.
And there was all kinds of different various tasks to do with different
Sure.
characters.
Yeah, everyone got.
So basically,
their turn.
you got like 2-3 minutes with each character just to learn its new
For their specific tasks.
their specific tasks, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it was good fun all around. So
Do you think like 4 people could fit around the TV and like all play together?
yeah, because all of your characters are on the screen at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you think it would be fun to like
To
have 4
coordinate
people
that, yeah.
coordinate it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, it'd work much better on the couch than it would online, because online it's like, okay, you're up now, do your thing, I'm just going to wait here until you do.
Right.
If you don't have, voice chat going on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think it's more conducive to being on a couch with people?
right. The trick is rounding up enough people.
Trick is having friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Moving on.
did you play any 3DS games?
I spent all of my time at Sony and Microsoft.
So no.
No. Oh, and Monster Energy.
Oh, jeez.
I kept getting blue toilet water.
Is that what color it is?
Well, it's blue, isn't it? It's 0 calories, so...
I thought it was green. Anyway,
Is that blue? I don't know. Metallic green,
yeah,
blue.
they
I
had a
don't know.
booth for some reason.
They have it because they sponsor games.
Yeah, it's like there were a few non-gaming booths for some reason.
But they sponsor stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyway, I played a few 3DS games.
You did?
Yeah, I played Bravely Second.
That's a Square Enix game, right?
Yeah.
How is it?
So it seemed.
Did you play the first one?
Yeah, I did. I played through about,
Default.
Yeah, Bravely Default.
Default is this...
I
defaulted.
still haven't finished it. I'm still meaning to finish it. I'll finish it before second comes out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it uses the same engine as for the sequel,
So
which
it
is
does
the
look-
souped up, extra features added to make your life easier, because it does get pretty repetitive in that battle system. So all the playable characters are new. The environments, the towns are all new. Agnes plays the role of the narrator, actually, this time.
Okay.
So she is your guide through the game world. And she's like Basil Exposition
Okay.
for Bravely Second.
Sweet.
So, yeah, I mean, the camera angle for the dungeon that you get into in the demo wasn't so much from an isometric perspective as it was more close to side-on.
Okay.
So that certainly affects, the way that the dungeon is laid out and designed. I mean, there were overlapping paths, so there were bridges and tunnels for you to go through.
Did they say anything about like characters from the first one going? Like, could you import them or anything like that?
I didn't hear anything about carrying on your data. I would assume not.
Probably not.
But, I mean, it certainly looks as visually striking as the original. There wasn't any voice acting in the game yet. But I'm sure there will be. I hope.
Well, there was voice actor in the original, and
It was quite extensive, yes.
so it'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come.
So that's certainly a game on my radar I'm looking forward to.
I remember when I first saw that the town, and it looked like an oil painting.
Yeah, it was really impressive.
really pretty.
Yeah, like
Very
a pop-up
pretty.
storybook.
Yeah, it was really pretty. I wasn't aware it was at TGS.
Yeah, it was.
As I said,
If you spent more time outside of Sony and Microsoft's booths, you might have noticed it. It was featured prominently in Square Enix's booth.
I was working.
Okay,
That's all I can say.
all right. I also played Final Fantasy Explorers.
Final Fantasy Explorers?
Yeah, have you not heard of that?
No, what's this?
Okay, it's another 3DS game, but it's not in 3D, it's in 2D.
Okay.
And it's a standard PSO-style dungeon crawler game. So there's really not a whole lot about that game that makes it stand out from your standard dungeon crawler. I mean, you get to choose, your class and, what abilities you have thereby. And you basically navigate this dungeon. You can spin the camera around. You can target, an enemy and then strike at it with your attacks. And you've got a couple of CPU-controlled characters in your party that you have to keep in good health, and they'll help you to attack the enemies. And it's kind of reminiscent of Crystal Chronicles,
Right.
that sort of game. It just doesn't quite have something to make it stand out yet. It doesn't have that killer feature just yet. I don't know.
This is on the 3DS?
Yeah, it's on the 3DS, but the graphics were only 2D. I don't know if that's final, but it was a bit disappointing to see.
And this is another Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy means that you have certain character classes. It's like you can probably think, oh, Final Fantasy 5 job classes, perhaps.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't see a whole list, but there was a handful of classes.
Seems that Square Enix are pulling all the stops out now. I mean, I think ever since they got Final Fantasy 14 up and running, and it seems to be doing pretty well.
Yeah.
It seems that they've it's kind of saved them, because they were in a bad spot a few years ago, right?
Yeah. They were really hurting over Final Fantasy 14
Yeah.
until they entirely remade it. And
They
it was
fixed
basically
it.
all hands on deck, right?
Yeah, everybody, right?
Yeah, it's like every single team was pulled off what they were on and put onto Final Fantasy 14 to save
Get
the
it
day.
out
yeah.
the door and finish. But yeah, it seems to be doing pretty well. So it looks like the teams have maybe getting back to normal again.
Yeah, so they're back onto their projects that they were on previously. I know Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD remix was shown, but I don't care about that series, so I didn't check it out.
Right. One thing I did notice while at Sony, even though Japan loves the handheld games, the Vita,
Oh my gosh.
nobody was playing it.
No, all of the Vita stations in the Sony booth were abandoned.
Why? What's going on?
Monster Hunter.
Are they just so
They're so wrapped up into Monster Hunter.
so
that they
wrapped
don't
up? Is
care
it
about
Monster
anything else.
Hunter or is it mobile games now? What's going on?
Yeah,
'Cause-
it's like, okay, if you're in a train, any train in Japan, you will see maybe 9 out of 10 people with their smartphones out.
right.
The other one person is either asleep or staring out into the distance or
Reading a book.
reading a book.
Yeah.
And then you've got me with my 3DS.
Yeah. Street passing everybody.
Right.
So, actually, did Sony just kill the Vita with that new smartphone that they've got, the Z3? Because that does
I don't know, but
that does remote play, and
you're
they
not
had
getting any Sony Vita games, that's for sure.
they had that new Xperia Z3 at the Xperia
The
booth.
The Xperia booth was like 3 booths long in a row.
There was
And they had Final Fantasy motorcycle race on it, and
there was
Final
eight-
Fantasy booth babes.
There was eight stations they had.
Yeah.
3 of them were dedicated to the remote play. of the PlayStation 3.
3, not
Sorry,
4?
PlayStation 4.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Have they just killed the Vita by doing that, though?
Yeah, they're not supporting the Vita at all. They're just letting third parties continue to support it, and they're keeping it on the shelves, and that's it.
It's really strange.
It's such a bizarre strategy. I don't get it.
really strange.
So I
mean, okay, the Vita one costs $200, and the smartphone's going to cost you like $700-800.
Yeah.
So I don't think they've killed it, but it's just a really strange situation to see. TGS, where last year the Vita was. There was so much hype for it. There was people playing it. There was so many lines. This year, everyone was empty. I saw Kyle go from I think he went through 4 games on the Vita, one by one. Next. The woman was just like, "Yeah, you want to try it? You want to try it? You want to try it? You want to try it?" I've never seen. It was desolate. I walked through. It's like everyone was.
Well, I would have played
dead.
The Vita if we had seen the follow-up to Gravity Days on the Vita.
Good, yeah, thanks.
That didn't show up again.
Gravity Nights. So yeah, neither did The Last Guardian. Don't worry about it.
Oh gosh, that didn't show up either.
Yeah.
But the thing that did show up in video form after 8 years in development was Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, did they just drop a trailer or something?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. It wasn't on the show floor, though.
It was on the video screen at Sony's booth.
Was it?
The big one, yeah.
Oh, obviously, I didn't even get a chance to look at a video screen.
Yeah, and it looked like Britney Spears' road trip movie, Crossroads.
What?
With a bunch of dudes.
Oh, actually, I can put my hand up and say, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about because I've never watched Britney Spears' road trip.
Neither have I, but it was a
So how would you know what it looks like?
Well, it's a road trip. Basically, it's an extremely linear game.
Road trip? I've seen a Euro Trip.
Oh gosh, Tom Green?
Yeah, I saw that. That was awful.
Yeah, it was so awful I stayed away.
Is it like that little skinny guy? What was his name? DJ or something?
I don't know.
Yeah. Ugh.
Anyway,
Yeah, that's about the only road trip movie I've seen.
So yeah, first of all, I'm not a fan of road trip movies. Second of all,
Oh, you're a fan of Britney Spears then?
no.
Oh, okay.
Second of all, it's an all-male cast.
Okay, what's
So
wrong with
it's
that?
like, okay, it's just a bunch of guys in a car together, driving down the highway, pulling over, killing some buffalo, and then continuing on down their linear path with no turns or exits in sight. It reminded me very much of the maps from Final Fantasy 13, which were extremely linear and just had small little offshoots to go get the
But
item.
they showed you gameplay, or was it just CGI?
There was gameplay shown. They showed, the battle system in which you would fight, as a party against these big enemies. It looked similar to Final Fantasy 13.
Wow, ignorance is bliss, because I have no idea that was out.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer was dropped basically the moment that the show floor opened on Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like, while I'm waiting in line for the Order 1886, I'm watching the trailer on my phone. So it's like, I plugged in my headphones, I'm like trying to watch the trailer on the show floor. It's completely ridiculous, the timing they did with that.
That's nuts. Wow. Speaking of being on the show floor, I saw one of the funniest things in my entire life of going to a game show. This was with Project Morpheus, or Morpheus they call it now. I don't know. They had on the ground floor.
Right.
They had 4 booths set up.
Right.
One with a space shooter.
Right.
I think it was called Space Warrior or something like that.
Uh-huh.
One was the Deep, which is the shark,
Right,
where you're in a
shark,
cage.
yeah.
One was the medieval one,
Right.
and the fourth one was Street Luge.
Uh-huh.
The first booth had the shark, the Deep.
Right.
In this booth, there was a woman. She looked like some kind of announcer, because the group she was with was like a big looked like a news agency or something like that, because they had all professional cameras and stuff.
The Morpheus demo stations were designated for media getting preferential access, which really means media only.
Yeah. So there's this woman, and she's trying the deep. And obviously she's got the whole camera crew in front of her. The one's holding the lights, one's holding a mic, a boom mic, and then obviously the camera operator and a director.
Right.
And she's got the Morpheus headset on.
Right.
And there's a monitor facing, so the people looking on can see what she's looking at.
Right.
And obviously you can see her, so you can see that it's one-to-one.
The booths were very much set up so that you can gawk at the people wearing the VR headsets.
Yeah, but you could see what they were seeing.
Right.
Except the shark swims really quickly towards the cage. And as it swam really quickly towards the cage, she screamed. She screamed really loud. It wasn't a scream. It was a scream of terror. She was like, ah! And like everyone heard it. And she whipped the Morpheus off. And the Sony employee standing next to her, holding the audio cable, because you have to hold the audio cable. She's holding the audio cable, had to basically jump to grab the Morpheus headset off her.
Ground.
She took it off and she stood with her hands over her mouth for 10 minutes in shock. In shock. It was absolutely hilarious.
So complete suspension of disbelief.
She couldn't handle it.
It was too real.
It was just too real for her, and she asked the Sony girl with the Morpheus. She said, "Can you finish it for me?"
What?
But the Morpheus, the woman didn't put Morpheus on.
She didn't put it back on. She watched it from the monitor.
The Sony woman, she just held Morpheus, and she told the girl to use the triggers on the controller. So
what?
She was moving. The Sony woman had the headset in her, and she was moving it like it was on her head. So the woman was looking at the monitor. It was just shooting the shark that she could see on the monitor.
Out loud.
And the woman's moving the Morpheus in her hands. But the reason she did it is she knew what was coming. Because after she did it, all credit to her. When the demo had finished, she put it straight back on and went straight back in. But she couldn't do it without not knowing what happens and what she needed to do.
She wanted to basically stay on this side of the reality window, right?
At first.
Yeah.
And then when she realized what went down,
then
she was okay with it. But she couldn't handle not knowing what was going to happen.
Too big a surprise.
And being attacked by a huge killer whale, killer man-eating shark. It was so funny. Everyone just pissed themselves laughing. It was great. And then next to it, I must have just laughed for like an hour or something, because next to it there was a dude, full suit, flailing around with two move controllers in his hands, pretending he was dual wielding. It was so funny. He was just going at it full force, and when he took it off, he was sweating buckets. It was hilarious. Then the booth next to that one was Street Luge. And again, it was a guy in a business suit, except he was lying down. He pretending he was on the luge. Right. You control the luge
by leaning,
by moving your head and leaning, and just to see guys in business suits
getting into those games,
getting into it, and having what looked to be having so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
Because it's just not the type of it's not that demographic you expect to be playing a video game and to having fun. Normally they're just looking at going, how much money can I make?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But
they're actually getting into it for once.
they were getting into it and they were generally
enthused
about it. Yeah, so I was really excited to play it, but I knew that I wasn't going to play it until the following day, which was today, which is the Friday, which is the 19th of September.
Did you play it?
And I got a chance to play it.
How was it?
I must have lost my balance at least 4 times.
What?
I was
Did you
in
fall
the...
over?
Sorry?
Did you fall over?
I almost fell over.
Okay.
I was in the deep, the shark.
Yeah.
You're in the cage, and basically you're being winched back to the surface.
Right.
And you've got this shark who's constantly circling you, and he's trying to he's attacking you, and he's ripping the lights off and the buoys off the front of the cage that obviously allows it to float when it gets to the surface and stuff. It's ripping the lights off. It's pulling like tanks, air tanks off stuff, and then it actually pulls the front of the cage off, so you're totally exposed to it. But it's constantly circling you, so I'm trying to track it, and I'm tracking it, and I'm because you're standing on a cage and you're in the water. It felt like I was on a boat.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
When you've got the Morpheus on, I couldn't see the floor anyway,
Right.
because they've got like special rubber caps that go
Right. To
that
block
touch
the light from the bottom.
Yeah, so you're totally immersed.
Yeah.
And I lost my balance at least 4 times.
Jeez, you don't know which way's down anymore.
No, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I really what I played. I mean, okay, the game's not like so. It's not engaging. It's like not like an amazing game. It's just the. I don't know. It's the experience of it.
Right.
I've never done anything like it. I've never played a game where I've almost fell over.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Sure.
It was a weird experience, and it was a totally fun experience. And then when I took it off, I wanted to go back in.
Yeah.
But I just like the fact that I could play games standing up, and it felt like I was disembodied.
Right, you're actually
Because
inside
you
that
could-
game world.
You're inside that game world, but when you look down, there was a body there.
Oh yeah, that's really weird too. So I went to the Oculus booth
Oh,
today, and I played Eve Valkyrie.
okay.
They had set up. So it's like you're in this, spaceship cockpit, and you look down. There are virtual
His
arms.
hands,
Yeah.
arms, yeah.
So it's like, okay, I actually have a body in this game world. Cool. It's not like this standard FPS.
It's totally weird because like you're holding the controller and it's got a light on it, right?
Yeah.
So the camera that it uses to track Morpheus is also tracking the controller as well.
So it can position
So when you've got your hands out,
Yeah.
the hands are one-to-one with the controller as well.
Like, oh, cool, I'm in control of my virtual body, too.
Yeah, so that's why I kept almost falling over because
Yeah.
the actual cage that you're in is also swinging as well.
Yeah.
It's not just like it's not like an elevator. It's just going up. It's actually it's moving and swaying in the water because the shark's hitting.
Yeah,
it.
that's the thing, is when down changes in this virtual world, it's like your brain buys into that.
Yeah.
So it's like in Eve, I mean, I'm flying around, in 3-dimensional space, loop-de-loops and barrel rolls and all that fun stuff.
Do a barrel roll.
Yeah. So down is always changing. It's
Yeah.
like you're always, looking around, glancing to see, where your target's at. And it's like you're like riding a roller coaster, and it's like rolling all the way around, and your brain totally buys it.
Yeah,
So you really
I'm
feel like
totally-
you're in pursuit of that enemy, and you're like, come get some.
I'm totally buying this technology when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm buying this. I can't wait to put it on my wife's heads and
Yeah.
my daughter. I want them to experience that. It's cool. It's different.
Yeah.
I never bothered with virtual reality when it in its infancy when it first came
Well,
out,
this
like
is finally
back in the
fulfillment
early
of the
90s.
promise.
I didn't want it. It looked to me, it didn't look appealing at all.
Well, I mean, the technology wasn't there to deliver.
Yeah, I know, but like even back in the day, though, people were like, "Whoa, look at this! It
Everyone
looks cool."
wanted to do it, but
Well, I didn't think it looked cool though. I thought it looked awful.
yeah.
So I never touched it. But now
It's here.
it looks. The shark, it was a beautiful render of a shark. The shark looked great.
Yeah.
It was really well modeled. The environment, the sense of depth, the water coloration.
Yeah.
As you were going from deep, it was dark and it was cloudy. And as you were getting closer to the surface, it was getting lighter. There was more light reflecting through the water and stuff. As I said, you were getting pulled up, and because the shark's attacking it, like parts of the actual crane, the rig that's pulling you up is falling down, is breaking, and it's hitting the top of it, and you're looking at it, and
It's definitely going to be possible to really sell these virtual worlds.
yeah, the whole virtual world, you can definitely sell it in it. And just the frame rate dropped a little bit. It wasn't a butter smooth 30, but it's just a demo. It's a tech demo.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get there, but
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I've got no doubt about
very
it. But
much looking forward to virtual reality arriving.
I was surprised as well that I didn't. Once I put it on, and she adjusted the back, because you put it on and there's a strap at the back, and it tightens to the back of your head, and after that, I didn't feel it.
Right.
It wasn't an annoyance. It wasn't like a weight. It's like, oh, this thing's too heavy. When I get it off my head, let me finish.
Right.
I could have been in there for ages.
Yeah, it's not going to kill your neck.
No, it didn't. It was light. It was comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued. I'd like to see more, but any game that can make me almost fall over, I think it's a winner.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Something to look forward
more
to.
of that, please. What's that?
Something to look forward to.
Oh, most definitely. I'm looking forward for some kind of an announcement.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully next year, maybe we'll see.
I mean, imagine next year you go to TGS and it's just
All VR.
It's just all VR.
Oh gosh.
Imagine how many people with red eye are going to come out of that show.
Oh man. Yeah.
You'd be getting the flight back to the States, and there's everyone with these masks on, and everyone's got red eye or
Okay.
pink eye or whatever.
So what do you think? Game of the show?
My game of the show. My game of the show is Drive Club,
Still?
because
Okay.
that's what I kept going back
Okay.
to. That's my game. That's my type of game. That's who I am.
Drive Club is coming out pretty soon, though.
Next month, yeah,
Would you want that in VR?
yeah,
Yeah.
In view cockpit, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Doubt they could do it though.
Mm,
Not at that resolution.
we'll see, huh?
They'd have to drop it to like 720 or
Think
something
so.
like that. Yeah. It's doing too much. I know it's already 30 frames a second.
Oh yeah.
But it's just doing too much. I don't think they could do that and have it 3D.
Yeah.
They'd probably have to drop down to 720 because it's full. It's 1080p.
Okay.
There's no way they could do that.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway. Not yet.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Ori and the Blind Forest.
Really?
Game of show.
Not even. I thought Mighty Number
Mighty
9.
Number 9 comes in a close second.
Because you're a
Super
Mighty Number
Mega Man
9.
fan, yeah.
I'm even getting that wrong now. You're a Mega Man fan.
Yeah. Big time.
And really?
Ori takes it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
I'm surprised too.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
An Xbox One exclusive? What?
I know, right?
That's so bizarre.
What got me? Another thing that was kind of bizarre. Destiny's already been out for like 2 weeks. Yet it had like 20 booths at Sony
Yeah, it was
stuff.
a bit needless.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
I know they're pushing it. It's like, oh, we got all this content for a whole year or whatever. We've just got a new machine come out with Halo.
Yeah.
It's a Halo bundle. But really,
Yeah.
more Halo? Halo, Destiny.
Might as well be Halo.
Halo had a better story. Destiny has no story.
Yeah, people are saying that it's pretty barren.
It's very light, very bare bones.
Anyway.
But yeah, that was there in force. I saw a Metal Gear stage demo, and Metal Gear looks wow.
Kojima was on that stage like half the time the show was open.
Yeah, he was. He was doing stage demos, right?
Like constantly.
Yeah, but it was the stage demo I saw. There was a guy who was playing it. His name was Dan, and while he was doing the stage demo, it was being live streamed to Nico Nico.
Sure.
So you had all the W's and across every time he did something. So this guy called Dan comes on, and he's played it once or twice because he's really good at the game. And I get to see Quiet for the first time.
Oh, jeez.
I know. I mean, the character. I know what the character looked like. I knew what the character. No, I'm talking about what she actually did and what she brought to the game. And like, you could tell her to like sit in the trees and be a sniper
and be quiet.
And obviously just be quiet. Well, snipers need to be quiet, right? Yeah. So she's sitting there in the trees, and Snake comes on and finds a bunch of targets, and he starts marking targets. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you see like this laser pointer of targets that you've highlighted, and then you get this laser pointer coming out of the trees, and it's quiet.
Yeah.
And as soon as you fire, as soon as you fire, she fires it at the same, like almost instantly, like you boom, then boom. So you get like two people dropping, three people dropping, all at the same time.
Right.
It looks really spectacular, like all of these people dropping and stuff. And then I saw her. She came on, and then she can disappear. She can cloak or something, right?
Really?
Or she can dash and jump really far or whatever. And they took out. Snake and Quiet took a helicopter out, and I've never seen anything like it. I'm not going to say anything because it might spoil it, but although it was live streamed, so I don't think it's much of a spoiler. But they took a helicopter out together, like I mean, this helicopter had like heavy artillery, like proper painting the floor with bullets. Snake running away trying to find cover, and the two of them. With in like a co-op, took out the helicopter, but it was just really interesting how they did it. Something I didn't think you would see in a Metal Gear, but they seem to be taking it into another direction again, which is nice. It's really good. But graphically, it looks beautiful. 60 frames a second.
Yeah, they're proud of their engine.
It's a very pretty engine. It's a very pretty engine. The animations are gorgeous. Just rock climbing and stuff.
Rock climbing.
There's all like specific rock climbing animations, and it's just really pretty. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's just a shame it wasn't on the show floor for people to play.
Yeah, Konami didn't really have anything to play.
They didn't.
They had
no?
like 3 games playable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like Powerful Pro Baseball and
Winning 11, right?
Winning 11, and then something else.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was Dragon Dice. Yeah.
Woohoo! Is that a trade card game?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Oh, they had a cat show. A cat show. They had a catwalk show, right? They were modeling clothes. Yeah, they're modeling clothes, right? All Puma and Metal Gear. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going. Hello, we're doing a podcast. So keep going. Yeah, they had like Puma were doing. I think is it Puma?
I don't know.
Puma and Metal Gear. They're doing some kind of collaboration. Well, you know Dante. You know the guy from the SoftBank commercials.
Yeah.
He's the model.
Oh gee.
Well, he's modeling their clothes anyway. So apparently he's on the catwalk showing all of their clothes off. So that was I wanted to go see it, but while I was seeing it, I was at the booth, so I didn't get a chance to go see it.
Okay.
But it was interesting. But other than that, yeah, I enjoyed TGS this year.
No, it was a good time. I got to see a bunch of games, got to try them out, see what's going on in the Japanese industry. It's exciting to see, some new things being tried. There's some rehashing going on yet, but I mean, it certainly makes me a bit more optimistic for the future.
The thing was, I saw today when I checked in for the first time, it said yesterday there was 27,000 people.
Each day?
No, from on the first day.
On the first day, there were 27,000 people there?
27,000 people on the first day.
Yeah.
Last year, there was 29,000, so it's already down.
It's gone down, really.
2,000 people less. And maybe that was because of last year. Everyone kind of was like, this is just turning into a mobile games
It was pretty sad, huh?
event.
Yeah.
It was pretty sad last year, so I think it's put off a bunch of people.
Yeah, well, the Gree booth was, downsized greatly.
Yeah, it was still big though.
It was smaller than Microsoft's booth, though.
Yeah, it's one of them. It's still big though.
It's still, one of the larger booths, but it used to be gargantuan. It used to be like the size of Sony's booth plus some.
Yeah, it used to be, but they've changed. But I mean, when you look at it though, there was like 550 like mobile phone tablet games on the, and this year there was like 550 mobile phone tablet games compared to like 260 like games like console and Vita and DS.
Yeah.
So percentage wise, like mobile phone and tablets are destroying it, and that's where it is. I mean, that's where it all is. It's all casual over here now.
Yeah.
That's why I think Muso. Remember Dragon Quest on PlayStation 4? I think that's why it's on there, because it's more casual than anything else, and that's the kind of market they're trying to go for. Is that kind of casual market, because Muso is it's a casual game, really.
Yeah, it's like hit A.
Anyone can pick it up and just hit A.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a casual game.
Yeah.
It may have an IP attached to it, but the IP is there to attract the people who like that IP, but also get them to buy into like PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
But it's a casual game, and it seems to be the way the market's going, which is unfortunate.
Well, let's hope that the consoles can fight back against this a bit, because
saying that though, I'm still kind of bewildered as to why there's not much Japanese new gen software.
yeah, it's
Not a lot.
I mean, last generation you had the PS3, which was hard to program for, and then the Wii, which was
But they had like
and then
9 years of
the Xbox 360 didn't exist basically. So now Japan's finally just playing catch up
again, like a
to
whole
the
generation
whole
behind.
HD. Well, the second HD generation now.
Yeah, the second HD. Yeah.
And they kind of missed the boat last gen, so it's going to be really hard going, I think. I mean, you'll see, a lot of developers, maybe not as many as were on the DS, but go on to the 3DS and
Right.
4DS whenever that shows up.
Probably in 2 years.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably go like the iPhone route.
Oh, gee, with the new 3DS,
new-
which is an incremental upgrade, and then just incremental, breaking compatibility.
Plus new plus.
Oh, gosh. It's going to be confusing.
Plus new alpha.
I hope they don't do annual incremental upgrades. That would be too much.
Ultra new plus alpha.
If they start doing that, they're going to just have to put the phone in already.
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
Just make it happen already if you're going to do that.
Did you guys see any Wii titles there? The only Wii title I actually saw, Wii U title. The only Wii U title I actually saw was Zelda Muso.
Yeah, Zelda Muso was at the Koei Tecmo booth.
Yeah.
And then I think Sega might have had a couple. I'm not sure.
Did you see Mr. Shiny?
Mr. Who?
Shiny?
What?
Nagoshi?
Oh, Toshihiro Nagoshi? Yeah, he was standing out in front of
He looks like an inflatable
Yakuza booth.
helium balloon. It's hilarious. Have you seen how shiny he is?
Well, he visits the tanning salon regularly, I'm sure.
No, I think he owns it.
At this point, probably.
Or he is it. He is the tanning salon.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. No, it's funny. And then he had. Did you see the booth babes he had sitting on the chair?
Oh, all of the cabaret club girls, yeah. Always had a swarm of photographers around them.
Yeah. Did you see how short them skirts were?
Well, they were typical cabaret club dresses, so.
Are they really that short? Because I should be going more often.
I can't tell you from experience, only from TV.
Liar. Like, wow, yeah, they were short, man. I'm telling you, they needed hands in strategic positions constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. It was a good show.
Yeah, it was good. Oh, they had EDF for PlayStation 4.
And?
They wouldn't let you film it.
What else is new?
Yeah. But it looked like EDF.
It's another trade show where they don't let you film half the stuff or
shiny
take pictures.
It looked.
You know what's really annoying is when you don't know that there's a no picture rule, and then they've got some booth attendant come up and yell at you. It's like, no pictures, please. Like, oh, come on.
Did you play Resident Evil Revelations?
No, I didn't get around.
You didn't play it?
It's not my
I watched
series.
it. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
It's funny, they were allowing at first when we first got there in the morning. I was filming with one of the guys from Gamerside, Miguel, and we just finished Bloodborne, and I said to him, "They've got Revelations over there. Go film it. Go film it. Go." So he goes over and he films it, and he's filming for a little while.
Right.
About a minute after he leaves, they changed the policy.
They put a new sign up.
A big sign up. You can film 1 minute.
Oh, gee, give me a break.
Any one person can film 1 minute of footage. So unless if you don't know that game, you're gonna record absolutely nothing. Maybe like Jill walking down the stairs.
Oh, gee, yeah,
and
something
that's it.
stupid. Yeah.
1 minute.
Break.
Really? That's ridiculous. And they wanted you to have the film like in the sides of like of a postage stamp. They wanted like the person like almost in the entire shot. It was hilarious. When he said that to me, I said,
Okay,
I'm not gonna
if
film
you're
that.
presenting at a trade show, you want all the publicity you can get. Just let it out there. Let your trailers and your on-screen footage be public. Just let it go.
Right? That's what I thought.
Get the publicity. If it's not showable, then don't show it.
Don't show it, yeah. EDF. Tell them about EDF. The booth with the boobs and people's heads.
Oh, you mean One-chanbara?
Oh, One-chanbara. It's the same thing. It's the same people. D3 publisher. One-chanbara. What's this? Is this on the Vita?
I didn't even look into it. Literally.
Explain.
So there's this very large wall which is covered with the illustration of a female character from the game One-chanbara, and she's wearing a bikini, and there are 2 holes poked in the wall right where her bikini is,
where her breasts are.
Right, and they're basically streamers covering the hole, and in order to play the demo you have to put your head through the hole, and it just looks very, very
But the
wrong.
thing is, when you finished, the girl gives you wet wipes,
Yeah, I mean,
and she's giggling when she's giving them out as well, which made me
it's
laugh.
like, okay, I get it if you're going to have, a little bit of TNA in your game. That's all fine and good, but you could at least, not cross the line there and, promote it tastefully. That was just really pretty inappropriate and tasteless.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty tasteless, right?
It's like, I can enjoy, some of that in games. That's fine, but you can be self-aware about it. You can poke fun about it, but let's not be inappropriate.
Imagine that in the States at E3.
Yeah, it's like something like that. E3.
They probably shut down the whole convention.
Yeah, it's like
because of
there'd
that.
be huge controversy if that happened in America, but if it happens in Japan, it's like, oh, Japan.
Oh, Japan. Yeah.
So
Hashtag Oh Japan.
So it's really, really Japan. Come on.
I don't think it's Japan. It's D3.
It's D3 specifically. Yeah. So let's.
No one else has gone that low.
Let's dial that back a bit, maybe. Let's at least have a little bit of dignity here. It's like you're representing games as a whole here. It's like you're also
You're a reflection of everyone else.
Yeah, you're
in the
making
industry.
everyone look bad by doing that, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they'll like a general sweeping
It's like
thought of this is Japan's video game industry.
right, and
Boom.
these are what video games are. It's like we're not talking about having narrative-driven, emotionally provoking games. We're talking about people sticking their heads inside a girl's bikini. So that's just really depressing.
Not that I would say no. In real life.
Anyway.
Yeah. Resident Evil Revelations. I think the reason they did it is because it looked like the Xbox One version was dropping from like 60 to 30.
Oh, well, I mean, videos that get shared online are going to have all that washed out anyway, so... Especially if it's off TV, it's like... And then streamed, so it's like you don't have any real indication of visual fidelity anymore at that point.
Some people can. We can record.
Some sites can manage
do
it,
that.
but it's
because the PS4 was locked at 60.
Yeah,
it looks nice. It looks really nice, but yeah, when they said you got 1 minute, I just had to forget it, walked away.
Anyway, I had fun.
They had an air rifle.
They had an air rifle shooting range for some reason
at Capcom, right?
I don't know why.
Why not shoot zombies?
I guess they had extra booth space to spare.
The shooting range?
Okay.
Who's going to say no to a shooting range?
I skipped it.
You did?
I wanted to play games, so.
So did I.
Anyway.
I just did a show floor walk, which you can see on YouTube. You can see that. Have you seen it?
No.
I haven't seen it. No point. You were there.
Yeah, I lived it.
You lived it. Lived it a lot. Anyway, so that was TGS 2014.
Yes, it was.
Optimistic for next year?
Hope so.
Yeah?
Yeah. TGS 2015. Let's go.
Now?
I'll camp out.
Give me a break. My feet are tired, man. I had again. I had no lunch.
I will get in line for TGS 2015 tomorrow.
Don't be daft.
Okay.
Don't be daft.
All right, I'll wait till next year.
Yeah, wait till next year, man.
All right.
Next year.
So.
Yeah. So your closing comments were your game of the show was an Xbox One game called
Ori and the Blind Forest. I did not expect that to happen.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yeah.
Did that have a release date?
No.
No.
But I'll download it day one.
You downloaded it day one. Huh. Okay. I had a toss-up. I don't know. I had a toss-up.
Yours is Drive Club, though.
Mine's Drive Club, yeah, but that was obvious, though.
Yeah.
I think.
Runner-up?
Toss-up between Bloodborne and Mighty Number 9.
Mighty Number 9 was pretty good.
I think it's taken me back to my old stomping grounds of fun side-scrolling scrollers.
It's hard to beat.
It's had a lot of fun playing them when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's a good time. Good to reminisce, but it's also good to reminisce about the past, but also see like a slightly new take on it, new characters in nice full high def.
It's pretty fresh.
Yeah, it's nice knowing that there's a good team behind it as well.
Yeah.
And there's pedigree behind it. So yeah, kind of weird. Like two of our, no, it's not weird, is it? Two of our most can you say falling asleep? Anticipated games on the Xbox One.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, but I'm sure the PS4 will be getting a workout too. So.
Oh yeah, well
3DS.
it's Drive Club and Bloodborne, two visually stunning looking titles.
Yeah. So lots to look forward to.
Lots to look forward to. My wallet doesn't look forward to it.
Well, it's an expensive hobby.
It all kicks off next month.
Yeah. Anyway.
Twice? Because the new 3DS is out next month too.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Right?
I know. That's gonna hurt.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well. Sign my divorce papers for me now, because that's what's gonna happen.
Oh no.
Probably. Anyways, that was episode 64, right?
64. Episode
Was it?
64.
Episode 64. So yeah, That was Red Sun Gamer. Son of a Podcast, episode 64. This is DJmizuhara signing off with the Master of Cheese.
You can find me on Twitter at Cheesemeister3k.
Thank you. I'm DJmizuhara. When I don't quit Twitter and then come back again and then quit again. Things are emotional sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, forget it. Have a nice night. Let's go to some of this.
Let's go to some of this.